Oh, man. This ain't looking great. Let me just connect Facebook real quick. At the half. Where are we at, y'all? Where are we at? By the way, I'm waiting on Zach. He should be in here. Halftime. Texans get on the board again. They're up 12-7. It should be 12-10 if the Broncos didn't have two very costly. Honestly, it should be 10-9 Broncos. At worst, it should be 10-9 because the Texans missed a field goal fair and square. The Broncos had a field goal blocked, and then the Michael Bandy muffed punt gave them a chip shot field goals time, basically whatever. So the Broncos should be winning this game, even in the face of Bo's slow start, even in the face of, Davis Mills coming in, Zach, and looking better than I would have expected. But what are your thoughts on this first half so far, buddy?
The Broncos definitely should be winning this game by a bigger margin than they're losing right now, Chad. Let me just fix my mic really. I know we're on the fly right now. That should be better. They are playing down to their level of competition. This is the Jekyll and Hyde crap that we talked about in the run-up to this game, Chad. They can look like world beaters one week, and they can look like Bush League the next. The screen passes, the special teams letdowns, it's more of the same. The Broncos should be winning. There's no excuse, and they're not right now. It's going to be an interesting second half.
That it is, and the good news is, Zach, the Broncos get the ball in the second half to start things. So hopefully Sean Payton comes up with some things here, but once again, I don't want to make too much out of it, but the screen thing, guys, until you figure out the middle of the field, throw away the screen game. It's not working. No one buys it, and especially against a defense like this that is as furious as they are at corner and on the edge, man. This is a great defense. But Zach, what do you make of Bo Nix's one really good drive, but very slow start?
Well, number one, if you're going to throw a screen, why does it have to be to Tyler Bidet? What is the love fest for this player, Chad, when he's shown that he's not a third down back or at least a pass catching back? What about RJ Harvey? But in terms of Bo Nix, I love him so much, but he still has a few too many layups that he misses, like the pass to Ingram in the end zone. It should have been a touchdown. He follows it up with the nice throw to Cortland Sutton. He's not getting a lot of help again from Troy Franklin. It's again more of the same, Chad, where they look good one series and not so good the next series.
Let's grab some hellos real quick to the members. Mike Thompson and Blacks. Good to see you guys early. Todd Ostendorf. What's up? By the way, Todd, you never sent me a picture of you in the jersey, dude. Come on now. That's part of the deal, buddy. We got, who else we got here? Doc, what's going on? Good to see Chris saying Sean Payton back to playing conservative. Don't know how to plan. Run the clock out before the half to get any type of points. To double up after the half. The dink and dunk's got to end at some point. I don't know. I feel bad, Zach, for Michael Bandy, who made a nice receiving play. He was obviously elevated today for the purpose of filling in for Marvin Mims as the returner. And he just misjudged that kick, that punt, dude, where he should have just backed off. That's the thing. As a punt returner, that moment, sometimes it's too late to back off. But that moment when you recognize, oh, I got it wrong, you just got to bail. You got to get out of the way and let it go because it leads to stuff like that. Mailman, good to see you, buddy, saying special teams are part of the game. Bandy looks like Welker on offense. Now he looks like practice squad again. Tough defense on both sides. We need to establish the run to work play action and wake up the Broncos. Wake up, Broncos. Yeah. Zach, the run game was working great on that first possession when they were actually trying to implement it. But where has it gone? Sean Payton losing the plot once again.
Once again, going away from it, Chad, and let's do a little verbal exercise as to why Michael Bandy is even playing in this game. Marvin Mims is out with a concussion because there was a miscommunication last week in the Cowboys game. He was concussed, and so Michael Bandy, it's time for the Broncos to fire Darren Rizzi, plain and simple.
Casey Nickel, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Stop the screens. OMG, I know, buddy. Hey, real quick, drop a 1 if Zach is frozen for you guys. Zach, say something.
Hello.
I hear you, but he's frozen. Is he frozen to you guys? Drop a 1 if he is real quick. If not, it just might be on my end because he is frozen. Zach, bounce out and come back, buddy. Wait. Oh, there he was, and then he came back. But William, This is how the Niners lost time of possession. That's one thing I'll say, guys. Ren, there's no reason we should be losing this game to a CJ Stroudless Texans team other than the obvious play calling. Time of possession, whether it's been CJ Stroud or whether it's been Davis Mills, look, man, you're feeling the absence of PS2. They are going after Chris Abrams' drain. Big time, Zach. They're going after Chris Abrams' drain, and he's starting to kind of rebound a little bit. But man, why are you giving up a 10-yard cushion on 3rd and 8 to a veteran savvy receiver like Nico Collins? I'm talking about early in the game. Like, why is that happening? What now? When they played more press, not necessarily press, but like where they're up on the line of scrimmage, much more successful without Pat Surtain.
Coaching. That's a VJ special. Hopefully I'm not still frozen. I don't know what the issue was,
good.
but that was an issue even going back with Patrick Surtain we were complaining about last season. The off coverage, the zone coverage. These corners thrive in man, and I hate when they give them that soft zone. So we'll see if they adjust in the second half.
Shannon Mills in the hizzy, a dear member. The run game needs to make an appearance. It does. It doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't. Lady D, thank you for the halftime appearance. Pardon me. And for your support, as always, my friend. She says, stop the stupid screens. The offense needs to step up this half and move the ball. We can still win this. Go Broncos. Oh, yeah. Guys, remember the hole this team climbed out of a couple weeks ago? I mean, this is still very easily a winnable game. The Broncos just have to pull their heads out. Zach, what I was saying at the I was on a different screen, so I don't know at what point you popped in while I was saying this stuff. But if you look at the score right now, it's 12-7 Texans. It should be 10-9 Broncos, if not for those two special teams snafus. So, hey, man, those things end up coming out in the wash. Special teams is something that kind of is seen, not heard, et cetera, or heard, not seen, I guess is a better way to say it, until something goes wrong. And when it does go wrong, Zach, it can derail the whole show.
What are the excuses, though? I mean, CJ Stroud's out. We don't know if he's going to come back for the second half. The Texans lost their running back, Woody Marks. They really don't have a lot of firepower on offense. So if the Broncos were average on that side of the ball, we've said this for it seems like the last 10 years. If they were average, they could blow this game open in the second half. But like you said, Sean Payton has to get his head out of his you-know-where for that to happen.
Let's see here. Let me see. I'm gonna grab some members. Well, I don't know if we have enough time for that. It's gonna be coming back on here soon to go through every little comment. No offense to anybody. We will be doing that more obviously in the gut reaction. Let's see what Chad says on Facebook. What happened to Dobbins? Had some good runs that opening drive. Haven't seen him. Yeah,
Sean Payton happened.
For what it's worth, guys, Dobbins has 4 carries for 24 yards. He's averaging 6 yards per carry. RJ has only touched it twice. 2 carries, Zach, 5 yards. Bo Nix, though, a woeful 6 for 17, well below 50% completion, 76 yards, a touchdown, a pick, 45.2% or 45.2 rating, Zach. And I mean, on one hand, he tied with that touchdown pass. He kept his touchdown streak alive or extended it to 17 games. He tied Carson Palmer for the 10th most passing touchdowns by a quarterback in their first 26 games. That's all good and all, but like, what the heck was up with that pick? And he almost got picked off again on that last possession, by the way.
And look at the discrepancy, Chad, between runs and passes, how uneven it is again. It's more Sean Payton coming off the big game against the Cowboys, trying to show that Bo Nix, his guy, can do it through the air, and he can dial up these play calls, and anything is going to work. It's not quite going to happen against one of the best defenses in the NFL on the road.
Ted Wonderlit, can we throw a deep pass to someone not named Troy Franklin? Still winnable, though. That it is. MHH for life. Right back at you, brother. Glad you got your jersey, big dog. Mailman, again, thank you, pal. Prediction, 5 sacks in the second half, a pick 6, and another Broncos dub, 6 in a row. Let's go. Guys, I still believe the Broncos are going to win this game. Right now, they're only losing, Zach, because they've beaten themselves, really. I mean, Bo Nix, I think he'll bounce back. He's typically, Zach, been a second-half quarterback. What do you expect to see in the second half?
This reminds me a lot of the halftime stream from the Eagles game, where it didn't look that optimistic for the Broncos. We were kind of preparing for a loss, and they stormed back in the second half, looked like a much different team. I think, like you, they're going to come back and win this game. But even if they do, there's a lot still left to work on, starting with the coaching.
I agree. Michael, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being a member. Lando Lee, good to see you, buddy. Stick with the run. I know. Why is it getting so out of whack? It'd be one thing. It still wouldn't make sense to go away from the run completely as the Broncos have, but it would be one thing, and at least understandable, slightly forgivable if they were just getting bottled up, or every run was just getting swallowed. No gain, 1 yard gain. We're talking about a running back, not a small sample size relative to the amount of the 2 quarters that have been played. 4 carries, 24 yards. Keep feeding this guy, Zach.
4 carries for 24 yards, averaging 6 yards a carry. Meanwhile, Bo Nix has passed 17 times and averaging what per pass, Chad? Probably something totally minuscule. So it doesn't have to be the exact number, but the point is, though, Sean Payton has this, I don't know, this apprehension, this aversion to running and committing to running the football. And if he wants to win today's game, he's going to have to do that in the second half.
The Broncos already have 4 sacks. Dre Greenlaw, Zach Allen, by the way, I hope he just got the wind knocked out of him there. Malcolm Roach and Jonathan Cooper. What did you make of that real quick? Do you think it was just like a perfect shot to the ribs, or do you think it was like a guy getting the wind knocked out of him?
For Zach Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the wind was knocked out. He looked like he was okay walking off the field. It was scary at first because he's having a tremendous game, Chad. He's probably the engine of the defense so far today.
And the way he was kind of laying on his arm. I thought it was his arm. I was like, no, the one where he wears the big brace. I'm like, no. But I think he's going to be okay, guys, is what it looks like. Yeah, wind knocked out. Elbow, as Dylan says, threw that elbow on the chip. Yeah, man. Ouch. They're doing what they can to try and neutralize Zach Allen. Need to do 10-yard passes, says Larry, and run the ball more. Let's see some predictions. Mike, new prediction, Denver 20. Texans 15. Okay. We shall see. And Blex, I just hope everyone has fun. I'm sure they are, but no one has fun in a loss, right? That's for sure. And the Broncos don't want to be a team that comes in on a 5-game winning streak at 6-2, Zach, on the road, sure, but losing to what are they, 3-4? I think the Texans going into this game, right?
With their backup quarterback on the field, no less.
Yes. That would be a ignominious display. Pearl, good to see you. David says, I've not been a fan of this offense because they're so inconsistent this season. Well, even this broadcast, honestly, who has been pretty glowing for the most part, especially early in the game about Sean Payton, Bo Nix, all that stuff. The one thing they mentioned, Zach, is just how inconsistent they've been. They've had some really high highs, but too many low lows. Luke Ellis, good to see you, pal, saying, hey, fellas, a lot of game left. I'm optimistic about it. Our second half response. We've played our best ball in the fourth. Yeah, guys, the big thing here is you got to stop these third down conversions that are turning these Texans drives, Zach, into big clock killers. Keeping the Broncos offense on the sideline, keeping them cold. That's got to change. And frankly, Zach, the offense has to turn it on. Sean Payton's got to start feeding. I mean, we're not talking about a multi-score margin here, Zach. It's a 1-score game. Approach it as you would as if everybody's at 0 and go win this thing.
Yeah, it's not like the 14-point deficit against Philadelphia. It's not like the 33-point deficit against the Giants or the outburst they had in that game, the 19-point deficit. This is a very winnable game for the Broncos. If they could just maybe get Alex Singleton, Chad, off the field, that would be excellent.
Okay, guys, we want to see you back here in about an hour and some change for the gut reaction. Zach and I will be breaking down and reacting to however this thing turns out and shakes out, so to speak. But they just kicked off for the third quarter, and appreciate each and every one of you being with us here for the halftime show. Let's see what Bo Nix and company have in store. Zach, you do the sign-off. Is your tradition?
We will see you for the gut reaction in just a little bit. We'll see, like Chad said, what the offense has in store. We have a last-minute super, it looks like, Chad. BLD, $10 super.
BLD,
Broncos second-half team.
Yes, say it, Zach. You got it.
Being down this close is great. Yeah, the Broncos, the fact that this game is very sloppy for them, they're not playing their best ball, and it's such a small deficit right now, it leads me a lot of optimism, Chad, as well. We will see you guys for the gut reaction just a little bit. Go Broncos.